They have vests, a travel route, and a mission to reduce crime. But this isn't your typical neighborhood watch.
We call it strategic prayer walking. So we go in groups in the downtown core and other needy areas in groups of 3 or more, and we pray through the community that way.
Watch and Pray, a church ministry in Edmonton, takes to the streets every Thursday night. Ray Bailey leads the charge. The church he pastors is just north of downtown, an area with a dangerous reputation.
In our city, there should be no street where fear can take up a residence. And I think that's one of our goals, is to make every street a safe place. And one of the ways that we do it is by praying over those streets and walking into them.
In 2011, there were 47 homicides in Edmonton, the highest number in Canada. Many of those deaths took place just north of downtown. To give you an idea of the stark contrast, in fewer than 2 blocks, we go from this, a hub for politics and business, to this, an area known for homelessness, drug addiction, and crime.
We identified that in the homicides last year that 40% of them happened in distressed neighborhoods. Well, 8 of our 13 distressed neighborhoods are in this downtown area.
David Veach is the superintendent for violence reduction strategy at the Edmonton Police Service. He helped bring Watch and Pray from the south side of the city to downtown.
When you get other groups to engage that same population in a manner that's, if you will, more understanding, it creates different outcomes. But it also shows that they care.
If you believe that, as a Christian, that the Spirit of God is within you, the Bible tells us that greater is He that's in you than he that's in the world. And someplace in life, the rubber has to meet the road with that.
Pastor Bailey saw the success of the program on the south side and felt that a more active version on the streets of downtown would make a difference. So he approached several churches in the area for help.
And there were police officers, and they started asking us. They say the crime is growing in the city, and we recognize the only way we can stop the crime is through the prayer.
What we would do, we would congregate in our church, and we would pray, but never have the opportunity to go out there in the community, or knowing that it was feasible that we could go out in the community and pray.
Cindy Peltier has attended this church since 1994. When she heard about the new Watch and Pray group in 2010, she saw an opportunity.
I like to be involved in this community, and sometimes you feel so helpless because there's just not a whole lot you can do. But when you can go out and you can pray and you can interact, you feel like you're accomplishing more.
Watch and Pray volunteers gather at the Family Worship Center every Thursday. Rain or shine, the night goes on as planned.
We just gather as a group here in our church facility, and we spend a little bit of time in prayer, just kind of commit the evening to the Lord, pray for God's safety and His protection on each of us, and also pray that He'll guide us as we pray. But then we just kind of make a choice as to where we're going to go, which direction we're going to head from the building. It's not like we have to go far to go and find the need. We just step out the door and it's there. But we always choose a particular route, and we go different places usually each week. We're asking God to bring into people's lives the experience, of course, forgiveness and reconciliation to God, but also that people experience the abundant life that Jesus Christ provides.
Sometimes there are so many volunteers they have to split into 2 groups. Along the route, they will stop to pray. Their prayers may be for individuals, homes, or locations where a crime recently took place. Passerbys will often stop to talk. Sometimes they even ask for prayer.
People like to know that they're being prayed for. They really do, whether they, ask for it or not. They do appreciate it.
Thanks to a donation from the Edmonton Police Service, Watch and Pray is now a visible force in the community.
Yeah, we wanted them to be recognizable just from a safety perspective, so our own members who are in this area know that when they see a group of people out there, they're not just a group of people, that they're identifiable as Watch and Pray.
Since we started wearing the vests, we do have lots of people that are just curious, and they'll just ask us, you know, what are you guys doing, and what's this all about? And or they'll say, you guys citizens on patrol, and then we'll tell them, well, we're the prayer patrol. So it's been very positive.
Safety is always a top priority. They travel in groups with a planned route. Leaders always carry cell phones. But walking through a community with a statistically high crime rate doesn't stop volunteers. In fact, many say, including Edmonton Police, Watch and Pray has played a role in reducing crime in the area.
In our division, I would like to say that, not just because of Watch and Pray, but all these initiatives coming together have really helped us statistically push it down. And this year, they're looking at almost a 9% reduction to this point this year in crime in the downtown core. It's really important for us to get all people involved with this, but I think it's great because they step forward, because the power of prayer is undeniable, right?
I've been here since 1994, and I mean, continually there was fighting on the streets, there was profanities, screaming, yelling, and I'm not saying that doesn't happen anymore, it still does, but to a lesser degree.
Superintendent Veach says community members have noticed a shift in the dynamics of downtown. They say they feel safer walking around their own neighborhoods. Ray believes a large part of this is prayer, not only the presence of God, but also people.
Just by ordinary people going out and walking through these streets where there's so many needs, they just see that there's another way to live. I don't have to just carry on my routine of going around and around and around in the cycles of addiction and poverty and homelessness and alcoholism and whatever else is going on in their lives, that I can find a better life. I can find a better path.
In Edmonton, the number of homicides is already down from this time last year. Meanwhile, membership in Watch and Pray is up. What started as a few committed churchgoers has grown to more than 50 people across the city.
When you get out there, when you begin to pray over the community and over the people that are going on, it kind of changes your perspective on it. You kind of see like, you know, I'm here to make a difference.
For 100 Huntley Street in Edmonton, I'm Meagan Kelly.